You're listening to the Business and Life Conversations podcast with Angela Henderson, episode 65. Hey there, you're listening to the Business and Life Conversations podcast. My name is Angela Henderson, and on this show, we talk about improving your business, life, or both by having amazing and rich conversations with brilliant guests who will inspire you and who will give you tips and tricks to help you grow both in life and in business. Well, hey there, amazing people, and welcome back to yet another amazing episode of the Business and Life Conversations podcast. I am your host, Angela, from Angela Henderson Consulting, where I am a business consultant helping women in business shift from being stuck, overwhelmed, and working in their business to coaching and supporting business women to gain clarity, strategy, and systems to grow successful six-figure businesses and beyond. Now, today is going to be a solo episode because I often get asked, what is business coaching and why do I need it? I get asked this regularly, people. The thing is, you don't know what you don't know. And so often there's fear around, the fear of the unknown. And so in today's episode, I want to let you into what is business coaching and why do you need it? But before we really get into the nitty-gritty, too often I hear the terms business coach and business consultant used interchangeably. However, it is important to realize that each of these individual roles have their own unique way of working with you as a business. And it is really important to understand who you need to help you with, and more importantly, I guess, with where you're at in business right now. For me, clarity is important. So before we jump straight into what is business coaching and why do you need it, let me explain the difference between a business coach versus a business consultant. Now, according to the International Coach Federation, coaching is defined as partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires them to maximize their personal and professional potential. Ultimately, the coach is the subject matter expert on coaching, hence they're the coach, but they're not necessarily the subject matter / expert of the client's coaching topic. You see, a business coach works with you specifically to develop the skills you already have. They work with you to bring out the best of you. A business coach will help you to develop your purpose. A business coach will also brainstorm with you. They will also motivate you in your business. But it's important to know that the answers in your sessions with your business coach typically come from you and not the coach. So now you might ask, well, what does a business consultant do? A business consultant, on the other hand, is more of an expert you turn to for help with your business. They teach you the skills you don't know, they help to analyze your business, and they ultimately are creating a strategic plan for you to implement. In my opinion, good business consultants are well versed in business planning and strategy, which they use to help gauge the direction, but equally the scalability of your business. Business consultants also work with you regarding customer acquisition, retention, systems, packaging of services, prices, selling, sales, marketing, and so much more. Also, business consultants will help to analyze your goals that you have for your business and help you create that, again, really juicy and meaty strategic plan of action that is required for you and your business to achieve the goals you need. You might be thinking, and I'm going to say this often throughout this particular session, well, that's great, Ange, but now I've got the understanding of what a business coach does and I have an understanding of what a business consultant does. But who the fuck do I actually need to help me? Well, great question, people. I can hear you asking it. I believe you need both to run a business. And that's why in my business at Angela Henderson Consulting, I operate as a consultant and coach, 75% consultant and 25% from a coaching perspective. The reason why I've merged these together is I believe it is super important to help the business owners to grow and learn so they have the skills to work with long after they finish working with me. And this is where my coaching comes in play. However, on the flip side, businesses come to seek clarity and strategy from me because they often don't know what they don't know, and they need specific advice in order to grow successful businesses. So as I said, I blend and merge both my consulting skill set with my coaching skill set in order to move people from being in that stuck and overwhelmed and working in their business phase to helping women gain really clear and strategic alignment and systems to grow their successful businesses. So for the purposes of this podcast, I've really worked hard about how can I keep this simple and streamlined so that we avoid any confusion. And so what I'm going to do is, because I work from a consulting and coaching perspective of that blend together, I'm going to use this word interchangeably throughout the podcast because, again, I'm giving the essence of what I do. However, if you were to hire someone, it's really important to know that the majority of people are either a coach or a consultant, all right? So again, just make sure that when you're hiring someone and you're investing in someone, that you're very clear about what they can do and what they can't do. But for the purposes of this episode, again, to keep things super simple, I'm going to show you how I've merged consulting and coaching together to get the success that I do for my clients. Now, for many of you listening, you're probably considered hiring a business consultant/coach, but you aren't completely sure what it is that they actually do. And I'm going to break this down a little bit more. So I've given you a broad overview, but I want to talk to you about the specifics. And listen, you're not alone when you've been wondering what do we do behind the scenes. Hiring a business consultant and coach could be the best thing you do for your business, as long as you choose the right one and have realistic expectations for what they can do for you. A business consultant and coach's job is to support you as you build your business, providing you with direction, strategy, expertise, experience, and valuable context to help you achieve success. So what does it look like from a specific point of view? So if I talk to you from my business consultant hat, I really focus on business planning and strategy, service and product offerings and pricing, direction of business. I look at delegation and dealing with staff and subcontractors or potentially hiring. I look at lead generation. I look at closing the sale. I look at traditional marketing plan. I look at new marketing plans. I look at internet marketing planning. I look at project planning. I look at SEO. I look at e-commerce if it's a product-based business. I look at social media marketing. I look at your systems in your business, your policies, your procedures. I look at your website. All of these things are necessary, and this is where my expertise has come in place with being in business for almost a decade. However, my coaching hat, what I look at from that point of view is I look at mindset, which includes fear, self-sabotage, and limiting beliefs. I look at your overwhelm. I look at your perfectionism. I look at your distractibility. I look at your motivation. And it's through all of this where we seek the clarity and strategy you need to grow sustainable and profitable businesses. So again, you might be sitting there going, I may need to invest in someone like you, Angela, but I'm not 100% sure I need this. How do I know if it's really meant to be? So what I want to talk to you about now is kind of looking at the 10 signs it's time to hire a business consultant and coach, because this is going to be unique for each one of you listening. One of the first signs that it's time to hire someone is you're not seeing the results you had expected. The one thing I often see with both new and established businesses is people that do not see the results that they have expected. So although they have a clear plan and well thought out goals in place, it is vital for business growth. It doesn't always mean that you're going to see those figures you thought you would. So you're not seeing those results you had expected. Turning to someone like me in these times can help improve in many different areas, such as increasing return on investment, increasing your brand awareness, creating a holistic business plan that will cover not one area, but all areas of business that are needed to succeed. Things like sales funnels, networking, collaborations, content marketing, functional website, and so much more. Another clear sign that it's time to hire someone is you're starting to feel the overwhelm. Things are super heavy. It's this sign that is a top sign that is time to hire someone to work with you. You're feeling, like I said, incredibly overwhelmed with your workload. You're feeling like there's too much to do, not enough time within to do it. You're feeling overwhelmed as you do not know whether or not you'll be making a big enough profit at the end of the year, or maybe you're overwhelmed by the feeling that you're no longer in control of your business. Either way, a business coach or a business consultant can help you get back on track. Another clear sign that you might need to be sitting there going, actually, this is relatable to me, is you know what you want to do, but you don't know how to do it. If you have an idea that you know will help grow your business, but have absolutely no idea how to implement it, this is where a role as a business consultant coach may be able to help. So whether it's launching a new product or a new podcast or a new service or rebranding or starting a sales funnel and an email sequence, or just entering into completely any new territory, the professional advice for a coach may be that push that you need to move your business forward in growth. Another sign that I talk about is that you need a business companion to talk business. Because let's be honest, our friends and family don't give a flying fuck about our business. And they sure the heck don't want to spend time talking about our businesses when we're out to dinner with them and catching up. So if this is happening for you, or you're starting to feel lonely in the world of business, you may want to find someone that you can talk to without feeling exposed or without impairing your credibility as a business owner. Hiring someone is a safe way to get honest feedback on your ideas, as well as having a partner to support you through the planning and implementation of this. Another sign that it's time to hire someone is you have lost motivation. For some, losing motivation is a rite of passage when owning a business. Sometimes things seem to be going in all wrong directions that you feel as though there's no way out, therefore losing the motivation to carry on. Hiring someone can help you get out of a rough patch, giving you advice, guidance, and the motivation that you might just need to get your business back on track. So if you're feeling lost with motivation, and again, overwhelmed and everything we've already talked about, these are clear signs that, people, it might be time that you need to invest. Another clear sign is you want to save both time and money. So whether you're a new or established business, one of the main issues you face will be that you need to save on time and money. And sometimes doing things on your own can mean that you're short on both of the above. So having the outsider perspective of business consultant or coach can help you get on the straight and narrow. So often I see businesses trying to save, that they want to save both on time and money, but they're actually losing time and money. Again, being able to bounce these ideas off to be able to avoid this is something super powerful. Another sign that it's, your turn to invest in someone is you're looking to expand your business. At some point in your business lifetime, you're going to want to expand. So whether you're used to a larger business or a one-man band, expanding your business can be a daunting process for anyone. This is where hiring someone is ideal, as they'll be able to walk you through all the correct procedures, help mentor you through the process, and enable you to start seeing incredible ROI. Another sign that I see in businesses when they come to me on my discovery calls is that they are frustrated by others in business. You see, sometimes in business, it isn't you that is getting the growth, but it's the people around you. And if you don't have any experience with leadership, it can be difficult to shift the people around you and motivate them in reaching their full potential. And this is where the unbiased opinions of a business coach comes in place, is that you're frustrated by others in business, is that you're seeing their growth and not your growth. And you're going, what the heck is going on here? Another clear sign is you're only taking your own advice rather than that of others. When running a business, let's be honest, there are often people around you that see things that you don't. And allowing them to offer up some really great ideas about how you will be able to grow your business further. However, if you're at a stage where you're finding you only want to listen to your own advice and ideas because you know everything, you may want to consider speaking to someone and hiring someone and working with someone to kind of give you a reality check. Similarly, this applies to those that work alone and only have their own advice to go on. All right. I'm not saying that some of you aren't right in your respected fields, but it's when you start debating with others and start bickering with others and again, no, I'm right, and you think you know it all, this is going to get you in trouble. All right. Because you're only seeing view from your view and your view only, not the view from your clients, not the view from your staff. And it's going to start to impact on your business quite significantly. And another and my last sign that I talk about when working with people is that it's been recommended it's time to hire a business coach. So you've been out to lunch with another business friend and they're like, you know what, Susie, I really think it's time you hire a business coach. When a trusted friend recommends that this is what you need, you really need to consider it, because with an outsider perspective on your organization or your friends, they may see the signs that you have missed, meaning it might be time to take their advice and hire someone. But there's always a but with me sometimes, people. Before you run out and invest in hiring someone, I just want to talk quickly about the 5 most commonly mistakes to avoid when hiring a business consultant or coach. Please don't. The mistake number 1 I see often is hiring a freaking friend. Please, 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 please do not hire a friend. A cardinal rule in business that is too frequently broken is to never work with friends or family. It is a tempting rule to break because when it works, it can be awesome. The issue that more often than not is that it doesn't work. And this can lead to the deterioration of your business, relationship, or both. So mistake number one to avoid when hiring someone, when you finally get to that step and you're prepared to hire, is avoid hiring a friend. Also, a mistake I see often is that you want to avoid is hiring someone with limited connections. This is an often overlooked mistake when hiring someone, is that people don't consider their contacts. The advice and experience a business consultant and coach gives you can be invaluable, but even more valuable asset is their contacts. You want to work with someone who can help you build relationships in your field, so do some research about the crowd your potential coach is associated with. This may seem somewhat shallow on the surface, but the reality is that networking is what will build your business faster than anything else. Mistake number 3 to avoid is not knowing what you want to achieve. One of the most common mistakes to avoid when hiring a business coach or consultant is not being clear on your own goals. You see, I'm not a mind reader. I don't have a magic wand. So coming to me or going to whoever else you choose to with a vague goal of wanting to improve your business is not going to yield you immediate results. Because in situations like that, I'm going to have to unpack things and really, people get confused. So before meeting with someone and hiring someone, analyze your business performance. Have a look at the areas you specifically want to improve, because this is going to streamline the process, saving you, again, time and money. Another thing I cannot tell you enough of a mistake to avoid is skipping the background check. You would be surprised at how much a quick Google search and Facebook stalk can reveal about a person. Use these tools to your advantage to research the credentials of the potential person you want to work with. Check out testimonials. Look at the qualifications. Google us. Stalk us. Because you see, good consultants, in my opinion, we are proud of our work and our experience and our expertise. So if information about us is hard to find, that this is a red flag to run for the hills. So again, you should be able to go to Google and Google Angela Henderson. You should be able to Google Angela Henderson Consulting. You should be able to go check out my podcast. You should be able to go into my Facebook community. You should be able to look at all of these things and start putting the pieces together. All right? If you can't put those puzzle pieces together and you can't find people, then again, you've got to start asking some questions. And lastly, the mistake to avoid is hiring without test driving. One of the biggest mistakes to avoid when hiring someone is not to test drive them before you agree to work with them. What I mean by this is you don't walk into BMW and tell a salesperson to draw up the contract for a $20,000 car without looking at the car or asking questions or taking it for a test drive. And it's the same damn thing when hiring a business coach or consultant. If you're going to work with someone in a one-to-one capacity or in a group capacity, you'll want to hop on a free discovery call with them. This process allows you to ask questions, get a feel of the person's personality, learn more about their one-to-one and group coaching services, and so much more. Don't hire without test driving. Again, if a business coach isn't prepared to get on a phone call with you, again, you have to go, well, how much are they actually going to put into your overall growth? Now, can I also say that there are some pretty shitty ass people out there that call themselves consultants and coaches. People who have never ran a business before, but yet somehow call themselves a coach. Or hell, they've even taken a 6-week course off the back of a cereal box and think they know it all. Don't hire, again, without test driving. Don't hire without background checking. Don't hire someone with limited connections. Don't hire a friend. Avoid this, people. I want you to be armed with knowledge, because when you start looking to work with someone, I hope this episode has been able to provide you with some clarity and insight that you're going to be able to draw down on when the time is right and you start to hire someone for your own business. Now, if you've been sitting here during this episode, shaking your head going, oh man, this is so me, or thinking maybe it's time to invest not only in my business, but also in myself, and you're financially prepared to commit to someone, I would love to be able to hop on a 30-minute discovery call with you so we can chat about your business, your struggles, your goals, and also so I can chat with you about how I can help you in my role as a business consultant and coach. You can book in for a free 30-minute discovery call by simply heading to my website, www.angelahenderson.com.au, and click on Work With Me to book in for our free 30-minute call. Now, that is everything. I know it is an enormous amount of information, but I think, again, as a business consultant, it is really important to me that you are armed with all of this information, all the way from what is a business coach versus what is a business consultant? What is it that we actually do? What are the signs that you need to know that it's time that you start looking at hiring someone yourself? But also, what are the 5 mistakes to avoid when hiring a business consultant and coach? Now, that is all from me today. I hope you have a fantastic day, no matter where you are in the world. And I look forward to you joining me next week for another amazing episode of the Business and Life Conversations podcast. Have an awesome one, everyone. Bye. Thanks for listening to the Business and Life Conversations podcast with Angela Henderson. www.angelahenderson.com.au